Well, here it comes.
It's that 4FM road, yeah, we ride real slow. Texas bass hitting while the Carolina flow. From the whistles to the winds, every tale they record. Adam and Jack hold it down on 4th and Ward. Southside swing with the coach and Lord. Real life stories, yeah, they back for more. Turn the beat up loud, let the truth restore. You locked in now with the 4th and Ward.
Yeah, so we did have one comment on YouTube after last week, Jack, the whole daughter versus doctor debate.
Yeah.
And they said they heard daughter, so that's not helping the cause. But
That ain't good.
doctor, guys, doctor. If you didn't listen last week, go check that out so you understand what we're talking about. But yeah, apparently you have accents. Jack, you doing all right?
Good, man. It's been it's only Wednesday, but it's been a long one. It's been a
Holy
long
cow.
week.
You ain't kidding, man. I feel like the last, I don't even know, 2 weeks have been a blur. We did talk about the football banquet last week, and then busy weekend. We had our girls regional powerlifting meet. So the girls that qualify for the regional meet, if they place in the top 2 in their weight class, then they qualify for the state meet. That'll be over spring break. We ended up getting 7 girls qualified for state, so not too bad. We brought 24 girls up to the regional meet, and to have 7 of them qualify, 30 of your girls qualify for state, that ain't too bad there.
That's pretty solid.
Downside is that it's in Edinburgh, Texas. We talked about this last week, which is basically in Mexico, which
BFE.
yeah, it's way down there. But no, it'll be all right. This weekend we got the boys regional meet, bringing a good number of guys out to East Texas, deep East Texas, going to Rusk High School, RUSK, doing a little over the night trip, Jack, because it's like over on a bus. It'll be over 2-hour drive, and then the weigh-ins start Saturday morning at 6 or 6:30. So I mean, you can't ask them to get to the school at 4 at the latest, really, to get there by 6:30 weigh-ins. Heaven forbid they're overweight and they got to get creative with shedding some pounds. So we're going to do the early weigh-in Friday night, which means we're going to stay out in Palestine, Texas, I believe, trip. So should be real interesting, Jack. But no, it's just been a blur, and now we got these storms coming through. I don't know if you can hear the thunder going on in the background, but it's like I might lose connection here in a second, but I don't know. It's
I
just
didn't
been one
know.
thing after another.
When you say that, my week doesn't sound too bad then. I just had an observation Monday. I was getting observed in my PE class, which is not a big deal, but it was like the perfect storm of things that could happen that are not ideal on an observation day. Do y'all do those in Texas? I'm assuming y'all have observations.
Yeah, now every 3 years, if you're in the same content area, you can opt out of your formal observation. But I opted out last year, so I had to get mine done this year. But, this is year 10 now. Yeah, year 10. So I kind of got a good little blueprint for what's going to get me all the check marks. And I can just swap out whatever the subject is and make it work. And I know it's still going to. So anyway, but I can't even imagine for a PE setting
Well,
how
so
that might would work.
it's normally not, not bad, but so the guy that was observing me, great dude, did a great job. He used to be a PE teacher. Now he's an admin in the district at another school. And he was elementary PE, so the younger kids, which is a whole different ball game, PE wise, than high school. So anyway, 8 a.m. or 7:30, whatever, I get to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had just got a lot of people, or Donors Choose project I had last year was funded for pickleball nets and paddles. So I was excited to get the brand new pickleball stuff out, and he was supposed to come last week at some point, but I mean, his schedule's probably a nightmare being an admin. But anyway, rescheduled to Monday, which first off, a Monday morning observation is rough.
Bold strategy.
That's
Very
rough. Monday morning, I find out that our weightlifting coach is going to be absent. So there's going to be a sub. Now Both our classes meet in the gym, and they change out and go to the weight room. Well, the sub can't take them into the weight room, and I can't take them in the like we can't switch because I'm getting observed
Yeah.
for PE. And so I'm like, all right, I guess I can either have them sit in the bleachers and watch my class, which sounds miserable and probably doesn't look good for an observation, or they can just hop in with me. Now, here's the kicker. We already didn't have enough pickleball paddles. And so now I'm like, all right, I got, X amount more kids. I'm trying to do the math. I'm like, all right, they could pair up. They could do this, that. Got rolling with it. We did some skills stuff. And, you got to go full out for the observation, check all those boxes. And
Yeah.
it ended up okay. And, did well on it. We talked today and everything worked out. But let me tell you, man, about 8:10 Monday morning, I was sweating a little bit, putting together a pickleball net. It's just like kids asking me for stuff. I'm like, just go over there, man. Like I can't do this right now. I got to go write my I can statement on the board. Okay. I can't do this right now. But other than that, it worked out all right.
It's funny you mentioned pickleball. One of the extra things this week that I was having to knock out were our school district. I don't know if I ever told you this, Jay. They are doing these academies, and I'm assuming it's their effort to kind of compete some with the charter schools and all that are kind of popping up. And so it started off a year or two ago. They had a swim academy, golf academy, about 4 to 5 different academies. They all, it's for elementary through middle school, basically. But, if I'm in a golf academy, I go over to the big career center, for lack of a better word. We call it the OC here in town. And that's my school. That's where I go. And so I do my regular classes and all that, but 90 minutes every day, if I'm in the swim academy, I'm going to the natatorium and swimming and doing training and stuff like that. Or if I'm in golf, I go to the golf simulators. I'm doing golf 90 minutes a day. Anyway, they've really expanded on it. And we're starting soccer academies. We got football academies. Pickleball academies are one that's popping up. But I didn't realize we were starting one of those because we're thinking about sending our kids to some of these academies. But part of that process, they got to be evaluated in whatever academy they're trying out for.
Okay.
So 2 of mine were doing the swim academy. And so they had their evaluations today. So I had to rush out of weights so I could go grab the kids, get them over to the natatorium. They can do this evaluation. And then my third child, who might be doing the golf academy, I got to get him to his golf evaluation. So it's just like back to back to back, right? And then the rain's starting to come down. Long story short, we were all situated about to get this swim evaluation going, and the lightning struck. And they were like, we're going to push it back a little bit. And then it just kept hammering lightning. And they were like, yeah, we're just going to have to reschedule all this. And then I'm like, all right, maybe we go knock out the golf one early. Maybe they'll let us squeeze in line or something like that. We go get that knocked out. He actually did all right, but we'll see how these evaluations go. But it's a pretty neat concept. I just kind of wish it wasn't forced upon. So they've expanded it, right? And so if I kept my kids at the same elementary school, they're going to make them all do some type of academy at those elementary schools. With the elementary school my kids were going to, it was only these 3 options, which weren't necessarily tantalizing, in my opinion, for the kids. They didn't seem too interested in it. I want to make sure they're staying active, right? So I'd like them to do something that's sport related. So at least they're exercising for 90 minutes a day. I don't know. So we're sorting through all that, but then I get there and I see the sign, and a couple of the schools are doing pickleball academy. I'm like, man, that actually, as much as that sport's growing, it might not be a bad idea, but I figure golf and swim wouldn't be bad either.
No, those are all pretty solid choices.
Selfishly, the football academy.
Golf one's intriguing to me.
Yeah. I was like, man, that'd be a great just lifelong skill. Like, why don't I just sign up all 3 for it? But then I'm like, one of them really likes to swim. One of them is going to be going to, one of the, we divided out between elementary, intermediate, middle, then high school. So one of mine's going to be switching schools anyway after a year. So it's like, let's just get her through some for a year, and she'll go off and be doing sports or whatever for the next level of school. But then the other one, I'm like, he actually would probably like golf. But anyway, we're getting all that sorted out. But pickleball will be interesting.
It's it gets competitive, man. I'm telling you, these kids. Granted, a lot of them how do I put this? A lot of them just want to smoke the ball.
Yeah.
They're not playing the serve. It has to bounce. The return has to bounce, and then you can battle like rally.
They're trying to spike and
They just trying to
treat it
nail
like
it.
Wimbledon.
Yeah, like they just pimp it, and I'm looking in the corner, like in the middle of an observation. And you know, teachers, it's an unannounced observation, but I kind of knew he was coming.
Yeah.
Just based on my schedule and the window, he kind of said he was available. You're getting observed, and I know teachers say they might say that, oh no, my kids didn't know, but like I gave him a little heads up the week prior. I'm like, look, next week when we get here, if there's a guy in here, I need y'all acting right. Don't do nothing stupid. Just be who you are. Be good kids.
Yeah.
Let's get through it, and you know we'll have a good day. Well, this one kid, I mean, he opposite corner of the gym just pimps it, and I'm watching that ball just go, and the observer's like writing something down, and the ball's just coming for him, and I'm like, oh, here it goes.
No.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Misses him, and I don't even think he realized it was close to him, but dodged a bullet there. But it's
Isn't it
it's a
kind of
fun
like
sport.
Isn't it kind of like nerve-wracking when you're getting the observation and something's always going to go wrong when the observation's happening. Like I might be circulating around the room, everything's going well, seemingly, and then I walk over and Johnny's Chromebook ain't even turned on, and you're like, buddy, like,
Come
come on,
on, man.
my Chromebook's dead. I'm like, of all the days to not have your Chromebook ready,
Right.
why has it got to be now when my boss is in here, looking, and then you look over and they're like typing on their laptop and you're like, oh gosh, here we go.
You're like, come on, man. Come on. The one
Help
day I
me
need you to
out.
look out for me.
Help me
Couldn't have
out.
done me a solid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give mine like, some people like coach them up, right? They're like, hey, look, this is going to be happening. I'm pretty similar to you. I always tell them like, look, we're probably going to have some company at some point. Don't be surprised. Y'all know how to do things.
Yeah.
But I don't go sitting there bribing them or anything like that. I'm not
No.
saying that goes on, but that does go on in some spots.
It goes on. It goes on.
Hopefully that's not news to anybody, but yeah, it never fails that something's going to go off, and you just hope that whoever's
Yeah.
observing has some context about everything.
And maybe that's part of it. And look, I told him as soon as he came in, like, look, man, there's a sub in there. They
Yeah.
can't go lift. We got about 10, 15 extra kids, and we don't have enough paddles for just my class.
You do the math here.
It's going to be interesting, but we'll get
What do
through
they
it.
call it? Monitor and adjust. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things you get graded on is problem solving and creativity.
Boom.
So I got
Boom.
4s on those. So that
Heck
worked
yeah.
out.
Yeah, you ain't worrying at all then.
Did you see the latest developments with the high school league here in South Carolina?
Well, we were talking last week about the state maybe taking it over. Is it something related to that, or?
So they voted on it. I think it got through the House and had to go to the Senate, something like that. Well, what's his name? The commissioner, Jerome
Singleton. That's his name.
Singleton. So apparently there was an ultimatum. The lawmakers were like, we'll scrap this or table it for now if he's out. And so he resigned, and they approved his resignation. But it's like effective no later than July of 2027 or something. Anyway, but here's the kicker. They did change some stuff.
All right.
I haven't read through all of it. I think a lot of it's staying the same, but the members, like who makes up the high school league, is a little different. So bear with me. So it goes from 17 members. It's going to 13. So they're losing 4.
Okay.
Which, whatever. That's not a big deal. 1 representative from each classification, not to exceed 5. So we have 5 classifications, although one of them split. But anyway, you can only have 5 from that grouping. 2 members appointed by the Senate, state Senate, and 2 members appointed by the State House of Representatives. All right, keep these totals with me now.
All right. So I'm 2
So we got-
plus the 5.
Yeah.
So we're at 9 right now.
Right.
4 more.
Okay, so we only got 4 more, right?
Yeah.
1 person appointed from the Athletic Coaches Association. That's a good one. It's always
Okay.
good to have a coach in there. 2 current officials,
Okay.
1 appointed by the House and 1 appointed by the Senate. But at least they're
Of course.
officials, current officials.
All right.
So we're up to 12 now, right? 2 appointed by the government. The governor. 1 must be recommended by the South Carolina Association of School Administrators, and 1 recommended by the South Carolina Athletics Administrators Association. Now we're at 14.
But there can only be 13?
And 1 appointed by the South Carolina State Superintendent of Education,
Now we're at
recommended by
15?
the South Carolina Association of School Admin. So we got 15,
But only 13.
but it's only
can-
13 members.
So what's
Right.
going to happen?
So I think what it is the representative from each classification, basically that can double dip. Like there just has to be 5
Okay.
representatives, one
Like
from
they
each
can-
class within
they-
that group.
They
The
can
others.
carry. You're saying like they can carry 2 titles, so it doesn't count as a member?
Basically.
Okay. All right.
So the classification thing's like the overall rule.
All right.
So like if 2 of them appointed by the Senate, if one's from 3A, one's from 5A, then those would also count towards that 5
All right.
from the classifications, is my understanding. But I read that at first and I was like, hold on now.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, I ain't got too many
Yeah,
fingers,
right.
but this math ain't mathing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, interesting
So-
there. So kind of forcing, I mean, that guy's been doing it for a minute. I mean, he was doing it.
20-something years, I think.
Wow. Yeah, he's doing that's way
It's
longer
been a
than I
long
thought.
time.
I just remember he was doing it whenever I was coaching out there. Man. So yeah,
But-
20 years and just kind of gets forced out.
Well, and then
Clear
you look
path.
at it like, just it's vague. 2 members appointed by the Senate. Okay, well, what are they? They're just random Billy Bob from down the street is going to be on there, or like
Wouldn't
they
that
have
be
to
great?
be a coach, or do they have to be? I mean, they don't specify on some of these things. And when you look
It'll-
at it, so what is that? 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of the 13 are in some way appointed by the government.
Yeah.
So
And they're going to make sure. Yeah, so that's the majority, right? If they were to go
Yeah.
on to votes on stuff. And they're going to make sure that obviously votes get handled how, the politicians wanted to get handled.
yeah,
Man.
because they're
yeah.
picking the people to go in. I mean, it's like, so basically they took it over. They just kept the name.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
basically what happened.
Don't try to
But-
church it up. You know your name's Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
Just sly politicians. Can't make it up, dude.
So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But
I'll tell you what else is interesting, and that was my weekend at this girls regional powerlifting meet. So because this is like a postseason type thing, whenever we have like playoffs, the school actually gives us per diem, gives each athlete per diem, each coach per diem or whatever. So like for a football playoff game, there's a amount of money that each kid and participant gets for dinner, right? So for a football team, I think the dinner allotment's like $15 or something like that. So you got 50 guys, they each get 15. And for football, like because it usually makes more sense to pool it all together and just get somebody like cater a playoff dinner or pregame meal or something like that. We usually do it like that. But powerlifting, because it's a little more individualized and it's a lot less numbers. A long story short, we basically got these per diem dollar amounts to cover because we're there Friday night early weigh-ins, Saturday morning breakfast, Saturday lunch. I mean, we didn't get done with this powerlifting meet till like 6 o'clock Saturday, but right beside the high school where we were at was a Buc-ee's. All right. So long story short, I had about $40 to blow at Buc-ee's for 3 straight meals.
it's
And
dangerous.
It was very dangerous. I felt like crap by the end of the weekend because I'm eating straight like gas station tacos,
Brisket and beaver
brisket,
nuggets.
egg, beaver nuggets. Like I'm getting the chips. At no point was I making I didn't get the yogurt parfait or the fruit cup. Like, no, I'm getting the gas station. I'm getting the Buc-ee's food. Like
Yeah.
I'm hammering it. But we had the girls that weighed in early Friday. We had some girls that didn't do that. They were gonna wait till Saturday morning to weigh in. And so we get the whole team there Saturday morning for weigh-ins. Me and one of the other coaches, we took the girls that had already weighed in to go get breakfast at Buc-ee's. And so while we're all in there, I sent a message to the coach that was with the girls weighing in. It was like, hey, anybody want breakfast or something like that wasn't able to come over here because they're weighing in? Like, I don't mind picking it up and just getting it over there and all that. And so the coach is like, yeah, so and so, she decided that she wants to go ahead and get like her breakfast and lunch if you got enough cash to handle all that. And I'm like, yeah, sure, just send me what she wants and we'll make sure the kids are taken care of, right? Jack, you want to guess at what item she was wanting for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Takis.
You'll never guess it.
She for all 3 meals?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You want to know what she wanted?
What is it?
Monster energy drink.
That's it?
That's what I said. I was like, okay, but what she want to eat? She's like, that is what she claims she wants to eat. She wants to drink a Monster at breakfast right now, a Monster at lunch, and a Monster for dinner. And I'm like, she's already weighed in. Like, she can eat now. Like, she can eat what she wants. Like, we're not worried about her making weight anymore. We can't do this. Like, I don't think my conscience would let me buy 3 Monsters and give them to a high school kid.
I mean, yeah, that's like 600 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, we're about to go compete. We're about to go lift as much weight as we can. You're going to have Lord knows what's in those energy drinks pumping through your veins. I don't know. It was just hard to wrap my head around like a high school kid thinking this was okay. To go and try to compete, and I'm running on nothing but Monster energy drink.
The nutrition of high school students is awful.
Oh, it's terrible.
There's a girl drinking a Monster this morning in class. In PE, it's 8 a.m. You about to be doing some PE. And I see her eating Nutella with the little, like the dip. Nutella, basically.
With little breadsticks on there. Yeah.
And then, I was just casually making a joke. I'm like, oh, getting some breakfast in, huh? Well, I already had breakfast. I'm like, oh, yeah, what'd you get? McDonald's. I'm like, ooh, that's heavy. She goes, well, I didn't eat that much.
Muffin.
I was like, what'd you get, a little biscuit action? She goes, no, 3 hash browns. Just 3 hash browns and a large Coke.
3 hash browns, large Coke, Monster energy drink, Nutella breadstick combo. I don't know if there's a gram of protein in all of that.
No complex carbs, probably. All just terrible, simple carbs, sugar crash. If I tried that, the heartburn, just the hash browns alone, like I eat one of those and I'm like dead, like sleepy. Just want to go to bed. And this is the start of the day. This is how you're getting everything going.
We were talking just the other day when me and one of the guys I work with, we're talking about we got these guys and we got some players that we wish, they could throw on another 10, 15 pounds of body weight, talking about eating habits and all that kind of stuff. And I really got to thinking, like, why can't, like, hear me out here, all right? School breakfast, because I've walked through the cafeteria and stuff before around breakfast time, and it's nothing but, obviously, Fruit Loops or whatever the little containers of cereal, or it's, some little packaged cinnamon roll, like, it's straight sugar and maybe a little carton of milk or whatever. Like, why can't we get just those big old jugs and they be full of just, like, egg whites and egg yolks and all that, just already liquefied, get them all poached in bulk. I get it. You got to feed for us 3,000 kids. Like, I get it. But, like,
at least like some oatmeal or something. Something slightly better. Now, we have some parfaits that are a little better.
Yeah, parfait be solid.
I guess, but
if you could get them with Greek yogurt too, like, I don't know. This is just like, how can we, I don't know. I really doubt this will ever make, come across the desk of RFK or whoever's in charge of health now. But like, my Lord, can we get some breakfast protein and at least start the day fine? And then,
do you remember when we were in school? I don't know if I think you were still there. Obama was in office and maybe he was just elected. I don't know, but the lunch, Michelle Obama had like a healthy school lunch initiative.
I remember they took the sodas out of all the vending machine stuff.
Around that same time. Yeah. So my biggest beef with that, this ain't a political thing because I ain't worried about that. Here's my problem. Okay. We had Pop-Tarts. You could buy Pop-Tarts. And everybody knows how many Pop-Tarts come in a pack. It's 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was like, I don't know, $1.50, $2 for a Pop-Tart at school. Well, I go back in there, I get a Pop-Tart. Same price. Guess how many Pop-Tarts in that sleeve? 1.
2.
That was the thing. Yeah. And they didn't change the price. That's my problem. Like, you want kids to eat healthier for lunch? Cool.
Shrinkflation.
Yeah, but that should be half price. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. And it was like a whole grain Pop-Tart. I didn't know they made those.
Who makes Pop-Tarts? General Mills?
Yeah.
They were probably sitting there whenever these new rules and stipulations and all that came out, and they were like, all right, bet, say less. Because, like,
Yeah.
helping their profit margin, like, that's
Yeah.
less product they got to stick in there.
Yeah,
Oh, my
but
gosh.
school breakfast is wild. Like, we did a project recently in my health class, and they were making a poster, a nutritional poster about a school lunch or a school breakfast, right? So they had the lunch menu pulled up. They had to create a lunch, had to be balanced. So they had to have whatever the main entree is, and that's usually their protein, a vegetable, a fruit, a milk, or whatever beverage. And they had to include nutrition facts,
Yeah.
go into it so I could put them outside the cafeteria and whenever they're serving those things, right?
Smart.
Well, one of them was doing breakfast, right? I made them do one lunch item, one breakfast item, like one meal at breakfast, one meal at lunch. And the more I looked at these things, I'm looking at the breakfast they chose, and I'm like, it's just French toast sticks and a fruit juice? Like, where's anything else? And they're like, no, that's all they have. Like, and then the next one was like, just cereal. I'm like, that's it? That's all they had. And I'm like, so I went down there one day for breakfast, and sure enough, the options are scarce. Like, it's not like lunch is relatively balanced. They got options.
Yeah.
Fruits, grains, all that stuff. Breakfast is like, it's this or cereal and a juice.
Nah, we got to get some yogurt in there. Like I said, get just gallon jugs of liquefied egg yolk and all that. Like, or there's got to be some way they can. I know eggs are expensive. That's why I was thinking, like, go ahead and have them like galloned up. But like, if you could just have a ton of eggs that you can just hard boil all at the same time, like, I don't. By all means, I'm not a health expert. Like, I mean, just look at me. Like, if I try to cut weight, I just do this fasting, basically just deny myself food, like, most of the time, because once I get a hold of something, like, I'm tearing it up, like, not really thinking about. Shoot, this weekend I bought did you know at Cane's, Jack, you can get an entire drink cup full of cane sauce? And
I
it's
don't
the
even
same.
like cane sauce.
You don't like cane sauce? Oh, dude, that's blasphemous. I mean, you can do it at Wingstop too. It's not a drink cup, but they got like a giant cauldron of ranch, like, that's the same price as if you bought like 5 little cups of ranch. So I've done that before too.
Japanese place in West Pelzer, Joy of Tokyo, right? Hibachi.
Yeah.
I've done that there. I got a large
With
cup of that
yum
white
yum?
yum yum sauce.
Yeah.
They were so happy I bought that thing because it was like $10 for all that sauce, but they were so happy they gave me a free coffee mug. So it's in my office holding my pencils right now. Yeah, dude, I don't know. It was wild, but I was so happy.
It's a write-off for them.
So good. But yeah, now I will say there is like every 2 weeks, there's a day where for breakfast they have sausage and gravy biscuits. And I'm not saying that's a healthy choice. I'm just saying it's pretty bomb.
It at least
shout out
might
Mr.
have
Foya for that.
It at least might have a little protein in the
Yeah,
sausage
yeah.
bits that they throw in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's got to be
It's
some
crazy.
better option out there. But like you said, kids just don't know.
Dude, I got kids eating blue Takis at 8 in the morning. Like, what are you doing with your life, bro?
Oof.
And not like a snack bag. I'm talking family-sized bag.
Yeah.
Just pulled it out the pantry, put it in his backpack, and that's his breakfast. And then asked him to wash his hands with little Smurf fingers. I'm like, dude, you need to go like wash your mouth and your whole body out because I don't know what you just ingested. Because I don't even eat Takis. The color throws me off. But
can't eat
these
but
kids
like
wild,
3
man.
of them, and my stomach starts to turn. All just the artificial, just ugh.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. Like I'm eating every morning. I'm in a pretty good routine. I have a muffin, which is not the best, but muffin is pretty much the main entree. I got a V8 Energy, gotta have it, and like an Activia probiotic yogurt. So that's my breakfast every morning. So I've done pretty well. And then I see these kids. Granted, I used to eat like a pig too,
Yeah, we all did it.
But I see these kids eating Takis, and I'm like, man, like this V8 and this yogurt kills me. I can't imagine how you're feeling right now. And you got to sit through school.
I'm at the age, and like I said, like when I'm trying to cut, I'll just do this, I'll do these 18-hour fast or whatever. And so I normally don't even touch breakfast. Like I probably don't eat till 12 o'clock, maybe somewhere in there. Is usually when I eat something. And then if I'm trying to cut, I don't eat dinner. I don't know. I just don't like to eat too close to bedtime. Like I've learned it stays with me a little extra longer. Dang, that's some wild thunder. I don't know. We should get a nutritionist on here. That should be one of our next
But yeah,
guest, like we should do a nutritionist.
I might have one I can reach out to, but I don't know if she's still at Clemson or not, but they, I'll tell you my cheat code for shedding some weight. This has been my cheat code for the past year or so, because I'm down about 50 pounds now from about a year and some change ago. And all I did really was lunch, at school, literally just get the meal that the kid would get. Like, not extra, just get the entree, the fruit, vegetable, and a milk. Because you're shooting, I mean, that meal is probably 500 calories, maybe.
Yeah.
It's pretty balanced relatively.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not trying to go crazy and like really track your macros and stuff, it's pretty balanced and it's consistently balanced. Been doing that and just try to eat a little less at dinner probably. And my breakfast routine, and it's worked pretty well for me. I will say that.
Yeah, 50
Compared
pounds
to
in a
what I
year.
was eating.
50 pounds in a year, that's pretty solid. Like, because I think they say like a pound or two a week, somewhat healthy weight loss or whatever. I don't know. I got to cut hard before your wedding. I ain't trying to be
Me and you both
up there looking like a slouch, especially down there at the beach where the wedding's going to be at. Like, I'm ready to go get some sun and all that afterwards. But man, we almost forgot. I meant to lead off with this, but Coach Wiggins, friend of the show, did a recent guest bonus episode with us. If you guys hadn't listened to that, he shot us this, Jack, from, I believe, Pikeville is the name of the school. And so I got to double check to see where it's at. But check this out, guys. So we've got the Pikeville Panthers and their stadium setup, baseball and football, because it's all in one. All right. So Pikeville, I'm just going to double check here and make sure. It's in Pikeville, Kentucky. All right. So we're in Kentucky. But he sent us this, and I'm like, dude, we've got to take a hard look at this. So, I mean, it's all turf, so we're not mowing or anything like that. But that is a deep outfield for a baseball game, would it not be?
Because a football field's what, 53 1/3 or something?
Yeah, and it's full sidelines, like on that back end. So the only thing I'm thinking is maybe they bring in some temporary fencing to line an outfield wall. Maybe they just let it.
So what, 53 1/3 is 159 feet roughly?
Oh, dude,
from the edge of the infield?
Yeah.
Plus sideline. Is that turf dirt, by the way?
Yeah, it is.
That throws me off, man. I don't know. I mean, I respect the hustle. Maybe the funding or the school size, just whatever the reasoning for stacking it like that, land.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks good.
It looks good to be a combined baseball football field. Like, it does look good. Now, the thing that would bother me is that there's no visiting bleachers. Maybe they wheel some temporary ones in.
Where are the home bleachers for baseball?
Right there for baseball. I'm assuming these little covered sections right here.
I thought those were dugouts.
Right behind home plate. Yeah, these would be the dugouts right along first and third, but I think right there behind the P, behind home plate.
That's not the press box?
I mean, I'm assuming there's a little bit of bleachers under there too. I don't know. We need some folks. If anybody.
Do they sell those outfield seats? That'd be a good little student section out there.
That wouldn't be a bad spot. You remember that time? I think it was
seats, baby.
I think it was our baseball games in high school. Once we stopped playing, we're just going to games to be kids, and raise
backing
cane.
Up the truck to the fence.
Yeah, backing the truck up to the outfield wall. Yeah, those were good
Had
times.
The little Coleman grill. We were about the grilling some hot dogs.
Going. Yeah, you burnt that hot dog wing and threw it at that left fielder that one time.
Do you remember the reporter guy that we used to give that guy heck? He was a reporter for the local Channel 7 or something, sports reporter, high school sports reporter guy. Maybe you had already gone. This was my junior, senior year, maybe. We would give that guy grief. And he would tweet about us or something, saying stuff about us, which would just make us even more.
That's just, let's put a fire out with gasoline right there, buddy.
Yeah. You remember the softball game? The state championship softball game that we hosted?
Where we broke the fence?
Yeah, so we moved the bleacher out there. First of all, we moved an entire set of bleachers out there just for students, right? And then we won, and the softball team did a lap, right, to I guess come out there and dap us up. I don't know if they did it every game or whatever. they won. They come out and do high fives. So all these kids are leaning on that fence to high five the players, and it just gives out. The whole
Bodies were just hitting the floor. Like, it was like, have you ever seen World War Z? The zombie movie? That's exactly what it looked like. Just bodies just hitting the ground because we're all like, I mean, there's probably 100 kids out there leaning on this one section of fence, chain link fence. It didn't work out.
They were probably
well.
so mad that we broke that. Coach LaCroix's probably so mad.
Were you telling me that one time, I guess I'd already graduated, but somebody caught a turkey at one of the baseball games? Maybe I'm thinking of something. Somebody caught a turkey and threw it across the right field fence. I could have sworn you were
maybe.
I wouldn't put it past. I feel like I'm not just making that up. Like, that's too specific for me to just be making.
Man, that might be a fever dream or something. I don't remember that.
I don't know. I got this vague memory of a turkey going over the right field fence, or a chicken, or something like that.
Well, when you say chicken, it does sound familiar.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's ringing some bells.
I'll probably remember in the
If anybody went to school with us can verify that. It might be the CTE talking. I don't know. Hey, speaking of chicken, all right, did you see this? You're the uniform guy, all right? Speaking of chicken, the University of Arkansas announces that they are doing Tyson food patches on their football uniforms. All right. Yes, it's not going to be long before everything looks like the NASCAR jumpsuits.
Yeah, man. Like, you could have just stitched Tyson Foods in there. Like, you didn't have you didn't color match. You got yellow in there. Yellow's not an Arkansas color. B, you got a very tight gap between Arkansas and the number, and then a tight gap between Arkansas and the SEC logo. And now you're going even further on the shoulder to add another patch on there.
The color match probably bothers me the most. I feel like I knew this day was coming, but it's kind of like when we talked about LSU doing this, I think a couple episodes ago, like, at least make the logo of the company two-toned and let it match the uniform.
Yeah.
You know, feng shui or whatever the fancy word is for it. But now that you're pointing it out, that is a busy right upper chest of this Arkansas football uniform.
And
between the
which
team
I guess
name,
they have the Nike swoosh on the other side. So I guess that would have been better, though. It would have looked less.
It would balance it out, I feel like. I mean, where are you going to put I guess a captain's patch now is left chest.
You know what it reminds me of? I don't know if you can pull it up or not, but, well, I guess I can. We played the Natty. This would have been the one they won on the last second throw to Renfro.
16.
So Deshaun Watson wore Fuller's number, right? So they put a commemorative patch on there all season.
Yes.
And the CFP logo, and a captain logo, and ACC had just moved to the little football emblem, and you got tiger paws on the shoulder. It was, I mean, I know he's problematic now, but
hey, I actually slid in his DMs to try to get him to be a guest on here. So
explain
snowball's
yourself.
chance. Yeah, hey, this is actually working out pretty good. If he ever responds to me, we
look
can try
at
to
all
make
that
that work.
though.
That's busy.
That's so much.
That's straight out of NASCAR. That's a busy uniform right there.
It's just too much, man.
Call me old fashioned, but yeah, I feel like this is just gonna be the new wave. Like a lot of just random.
Yeah.
That Tyson chicken money must be good to just totally deface your uniform like that. I mean, I know they're $1 billion corporation.
It's probably very good, but I don't know if it's that good. I mean, I guess money talks. But if somebody asked me if I would do something, put a logo on my shirt every day, I'd do it. But
yeah, Arkansas's got some deep pockets though. They got the Tyson chicken, right? Tyson Foods, Walmart started up there. I'm really surprised Walmart didn't get the.
How are they not better? You think they'd be in the NIL game just buying people?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's the reason the basketball coach left Kentucky to go to Arkansas was because they promised him they promised him hey, this NIL money, like we're about to be spending. And then I don't know. I haven't seen much of it since. So I know they've had some coaching changes and stuff like that, but it's kind of like Texas Tech. Like they had that one random guy that played for Mike Leach that sold his stake in an oil business, and now he's playing, dynasty mode on college football. Like, I can't say that I'd be doing the exact same thing.
Texas Tech on college football, the game, That defense is dirty. I mean, they're like a 95 overall on defense. It's nuts.
Well, they had the linebacker that was sick, and then they had the D lineman that was a dude. I was watching the combine stuff this past week, man. I love NFL combine. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like draft and NFL combine, sometimes I get more excited for that than actual games. Like, I don't know. It's just interesting to me, man.
Dude, my favorite time of the year is coming up, March Madness.
Yeah.
I get to throw that on the TV, multi-view in PE class. I'll have the kids, we'll do a class bracket competition. I got the big poster brackets printed out. I'm excited for that. That's always a good time. Maybe I have to throw some money on it. We'll have to see. But yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, it's a great time of year. March Madness. It's big time for astronomy. All right. My astronomy class. It's the Uranus unit. You know, it's one of
we
the
have that
biggest
in health class too.
Dude, I was rolling. One of my students, apparently they were doing wagers about how many Uranus jokes I would crack now that we're starting the Uranus unit. And I eavesdropped or whatever. I heard the line was 6.5. So I said, I'm all over that. And so I just started rattling them off. Like in a 10-minute span, I'd thrown out like 7 of them. Let it off. One I wanted to say was, hey, we got spring break coming up. So we really got to cram Uranus and Neptune all into these next 8 days of class. And normally we'd like to take our time with Uranus and Neptune, but yeah, you got to take that very specific pause so it doesn't get too dirty. But I made a playlist on Spotify called Uranus. It's nothing but Diddy and R. Kelly songs.
No.
I didn't tell the kids about that one, but
no. Well, now they're gonna know.
If they listen, I doubt they listen. Man,
I'm sure some of them will know.
I was ready to say cooler heads prevailed was so they're gas giants, right? Uranus is a gas giant. So that's a great joke. But actually, Uranus is an ice giant because it's frozen, right? So you would just slide all over Uranus and Neptune. They're both frozen, but too much. Ready to move on? Yeah.
Oh my God.
I had to save some of these for after hours.
No,
there's some good ones out there, though. Like, did you know, I think it's a lot of sulfur in the atmosphere of Uranus. So it smells like eggs. I've been doing this like 5 years.
Especially after these Takis, yeah.
Do you know Uranus, with its tilt is actually sideways, all right? So Uranus rotates up and down. Jupiter's got a big red spot on it.
God.
Uranus has a dark spot on it too. These are facts, guys. These are facts. I'm not just making stuff up. Yeah. Big storm, a lot of turbulent winds on that dark spot on Uranus. You got to be careful. All right, we can be done. It could be time for team of the week now. We can move into.
I got one. This made me think of it.
All right.
It's not a Uranus joke, but this so how sometimes these kids will just be all up in your business for no reason.
Yeah.
For no reason at all. All right, so I don't know where I saw this thing yet, but I'm like, all right, I'm gonna tell you a story real quick, and then they come over all interested, right? And I get a little sticky note out. I'm like, all right, so I want you to picture this, okay? Let's say we got 2 circles. All right, 2 circles. I'm trying to draw this on my computer, so it might be rough. All right, here I am. I'm in this circle, okay? That's me. All right, we'll call this, and then I'll write it out. I'm not gonna do it on here, but we'll call this circle my business. Okay. And for whatever reason, you're also in this circle. When really, you should be over here in this circle called your business. All right. So let's work on, usually by this time, they're like, oh, come on, man. Because they thought I was actually telling them something. And I'm like, all right, so let's work on getting you back over there. All right. I've hit like 10 kids with that this week. And it never, I love it. It's my favorite.
We're getting close to spring break. It's like a lot of just stiff arm.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's ride this out. I got a week till spring break. Like, I ain't trying to get too bothered right now.
There it is.
Well, about that time. Team of the week, episode 49, Jack. We're about a month away from the year anniversary of the podcast. We're going to have to get crafty recording as I make these trips to Mexico and Abilene and all that for hopefully these state powerlifting meets. But guys, if you didn't already know, if you're new to the show, we spin the wheel every week. We add teams from the comment section. So if you haven't done that yet, drop a comment. Let us know what team to add. Could be your favorite team. Could be a team that you just happen to see at some point, think it's really cool, want us to go check it out, we spin the wheel every week based on y'all's suggestions. And we're trying to learn more about, schools across America, right? We've checked out schools in Maine, Jack, Colorado. I mean, we've been all over, not interested in the INGs and all that. This is brought to you by the Gridiron Spice Company. We got to get the plug here. Use that discount code 4th and Ward. That's the number 4, THANDWARD at gridironspicecode.com to get 10% off your order and tackle your taste buds. All right, Jack, let's give this thing a spin.
Let's do it. Who we get? And,
Katy High School. Jack, you will appreciate Katy High School. They are old school, power I, run it down your throat, and they always got some dudes, man. Katy, Texas, getting after it.
It's a rough start, but they turned it around.
Well, I can go ahead and tell you, Tascasita they've normally got some dudes too down there in the Houston area. Looks like once they finally got into district play, they started getting back into form there, getting after some folks, and then ultimately ended up losing by 1 point to Summer Creek, and Summer Creek's always got dudes. So, I mean, if you're going to lose to anybody, the week of Thanksgiving, it looks like, losing to Summer Creek ain't bad, because I remember watching them in the state game 2-3 years back, whenever it was, and they had some guys. So, I mean, Katy's got it going on. Fun fact about Katy, Jack. You remember the movie Borat?
Yeah.
So that Borat in the movie, it was kind of like he was pretending to be a reporter or something like that from another country, and he would go and just like spoof all these people. He actually tricked the coach at Katy High School, and they did a whole skit on it. It's a pretty great little YouTube clip. Look up Katy High School Borat.
I can't type. 19 years ago. That's insane. I don't know if can you hear that?
Football.
Yeah, I can hear it.
You gotta move your hand.
Move your hand.
Yes.
Wherever the ball goes.
Yes. Close your hand when it gets close. Yes. Close them. Close them.
Yeah.
Ready? Close your hand. Good. Do it again. Close your hand. Good. Yes. That's how you catch the ball. Good. Close your hands. Good. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Ready? Yes. Close your hands. Get there. Close them. Okay. Good. There. Take your hands and grab it. Grab it. Grab it. That's
I don't
good,
know if
okay?
he ever did until afterwards.
Yes, everything. Oh, really? There is no horse. You have to use your own two legs.
I see a game.
Just talking to it. Nothing to do with football.
There's no.
Bye-bye.
Good
Good
day.
day. Good day. Okay?
Yes,
Okay.
And that guy, I've heard that guy talk at some clinics and stuff. He is so like old school, no nonsense, like when he's giving these talks. And so to know that he was on Borat, oh man. Yeah, dude, Katy's got it going on down there. That's a nice stadium. $70 million stadium for him down there, Katy ISD.
My gosh.
And they've got a few schools now, I think, in that district. So they all share that site. They probably are working on another one as well. But yeah, so I think it said the school district has 70,000 students. So that stadium holds 12,000. $70 million. Most expensive high school stadium in the U.S. I wonder how old this article is. But yeah, it's legit. They got it going on down there. They love their football.
Insane.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Wow.
The double-decker home side. Nice press
Wow.
box. The field is actually sunk into the ground. That's a nice touch. And we've played at stadiums somewhat similar to that. Mesquite's a big one near us that's kind of like that. The sidelines are so tight. You got to be really careful when you're talking to your guys on the sideline. Or some
This is what
folks in
I'm
the crowd
talking
might
about.
hear.
Now, I don't love the logo on the helmet, but I love the uniforms.
Yeah, that's a solid, clean, two-tone look. I'm telling you, Jay, they get down to that power eye and just run it down people's throats, and they always got some dudes that can tote the rock.
This is what I wanted to do for our uniforms here.
Yeah, they kind of have the Wisconsin
Yeah.
helmet look, other than the logo.
I was
Lord,
outvoted,
look
though.
how tatted up that high school kid is.
Yeah, that boy's seen some stuff. I need a birth certificate. That boy's got one that, like that bench warmer scene. It was like, I am 10. Ain't no way.
Yeah,
Ain't no way.
that's a lot of ink on a high school kid, but
Ooh, looks like they've upgraded to the, what they call it. Is that the Vapor? The new Nike collection, the Vapor jerseys? Or is this
man,
old?
I don't know. You're the uniform guy.
This is actually what I wanted to do. That's like literally the exact uniforms
even
I
the
wanted
shoulder
to get.
stripes. I love the helmet stripe.
Yeah,
I don't know about
wanted that exact setup.
I don't know about the shoulder stripe though. Do you like?
It was like a West Virginia-esque look. Now, I wouldn't have done the mismatched stripes on the.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There's
saying.
a matching pant with that. There's a.
All right.
There's a set like a, or just plain pants would have been fine. But
yeah,
it looks like they maybe just got new jerseys and kept the old pants, maybe. But
yeah,
that's a solid look, man.
Katy High School, they got it going down there in the Houston area. Yeah, team of the week, number 49. Any folks from Katy want to give a shout out, give some stories. Maybe you can give us a little more context on that Borat clip. We need to watch that whenever we stop recording here, Jack, because it's pretty funny, like listening close to it. But guys, we appreciate the time. As always, drop those comments with your team of the week suggestions. Drop those comments with any topics that you'd like to see us talk about, or throw in your commentary on some of the things we bring up week in, week out. And we're gonna get on. We need to get on getting a nutritionist on here, Jack. I think I would probably learn more from that, helping myself out. And obviously, we want to make sure we're taking care of athletes too. But bring back protein at breakfast in schools. That's all I'll leave it there. You guys, Jack.
Stay golden. Stay heavy.
You locked in now with the fourth and wall. Fourth and wall. Adam, Jack, Texas, Carolina.